The first tip that I always give to everybody that wants to step in the music business, because it's a question that I get a lot, is first of all, be patient, because things take time. We normally see cases of superstar, rising stars that from day to another day, they become super big. But these are very limited situations, very limited cases. Things take time. Everything takes time to develop your ability to create music, to get to a point that your DJ set is strong, to make your way in the industry, and to learn to move in the industry and to understand the rules that are not only music but also business. Takes time. Takes time. May take many years. We see many of the big artists that we know now, they're all 40 something, close to 50, and they started maybe when they were 15 or 20. So things don't happen in 24 hours. So be patient, be ready to deal with frustration and push, because time, if you're good and your music is good, time will put you in the place that you need to be. Be patient.
Well, if I would have an advice to give to any new producer is to back up your work, because you don't know what's going to happen in the future, and if you lost your work, believe me, it's the worst thing. So back up, take another drive and back up and back up.
A lot of producers tend to only focus on the music, which is really important as well, but what I forgot when I was younger and releasing music, that your music is about 50%, and the other 50% is like the way you bring it to the people and the marketing behind it. Like I said in the previous question, like I had, for all the tracks I was gonna release, I had like a plan ready, we had the artwork ready, we knew what to do, who to send it with, who might play it. And that way you can easily build like a following. So for example, if you're a new upcoming producer and you somehow manage to, let's say, get 5K, maybe 10K followers by yourself, it's a lot more interesting for those labels to work with you as well, because you already have a following. So the label knows, like, okay, if we release a track from this guy, he's got 10K people that will see the track, and that's also good for the label. Because it's what I see a lot is that young producers, with like, they never really put music online, and the only thing they do is send the music to the biggest labels ever, and just hope that they will release it, and if not, okay, well, my track isn't good enough. That's what they think, but that's not all they look at. So I used to send my tracks to like a lot of big labels, and they didn't want to sign it because I was nobody. And now the labels ask me if I have new tracks ready, if I want to release it with them. So it completely changed it, that I built something up for myself. And I feel like if they focus on that a little bit more, maybe, of course your music is important, but if you, like I said, build a following by yourself, it's a lot more interesting for the labels. And what I did with Future's Music, when they were a lot smaller, they can do that with other labels too. Like it's definitely a good plan to start with smaller labels and build your way up from there. Like, who knows, maybe the label grows, like explodes, has a big hit, or one of the tracks just explodes by some reason. Can always happen. So don't really focus all your attention on the big labels that you see out there. It's always good to like build something for yourself and see what happens from there.
I think the best tip I could give is be yourself. There's already Carl Cox, there's already a Dan Bayer, there's already a Sven Fate. Just be yourself. You know, there's so many DJs trying to make drunk code tracks or cocoon tracks or name it. You know, just be yourself and find your own sound. Find your own sound is very important. So just do your own thing and be yourself is the most important thing.
So my tip would be come to events like this, like ADE in Amsterdam, and hustle. I mean, you want to be in every club where you want to play. You want to be within a short distance of that DJ or producer or label owner who you want to sign your track or listen to your track, play your track. You need to get out there and just hustle, exactly that. And make sure that, I think sometimes new producers can kind of see that there are a lot of trends, and with the speed of how music is progressing on a regular basis, It is so important now more than ever to be really true to your sound and your style that you love. Obviously evolving and mixing genres, whatever you want to do, that's completely welcome, but try and make sure that it is something that you yourself are passionate about. That makes it so much more relatable for your audience, and I mean, they're not fools. It's transparent when you're doing something that you're not really enjoying. So yeah, as cheesy as that sounds, try to be yourself as much as you can be, and don't be afraid to take chances and go and talk to that DJ or that artist. What's so amazing, what I love about ADE is that after like a panel or after an in-store, I'm approached by so many people and they're handing me USBs and business cards to share their music with you. And I can guarantee you that those artists, those DJs who are looking for up-and-coming new talent will take the time and they will listen to your music.
Oh, there are probably a lot of thoughts, but to start off would be certainly to work really hard, not take the first idea and take it for granted and then give up easily. It's a long way. I think now, at the moment, although there are all these possibilities with social media and with a direct contact to the fans, there's a lot of noise overall in the entire, not only here, but also in the entire music scene. So to cut through, it takes quite a bit. It's all very liberal in a way that it's easy to make music, but at the same time it's just as difficult to get to the main point. So work really hard, don't give up too early, but then again, yeah, be original and believe in what you do.
That's tough. I mean, having a good work ethic or developing a good work ethic when you're younger is definitely key. It's something I really tried to do. I really tried to always just like finish my tracks as much as I could, because you get in the habit of starting a track and you start like 20 tracks, let's say, and you don't have any actually done. So that was a big thing production-wise. I think in terms of actually maybe getting a foot in the door in the industry, I found that going out to places and really putting your name out there, and like my first couple records I got signed, I physically handed someone a USB stick. I know it's like the most old school way of doing it, but it actually works. Like when you get to meet these DJs and like the people you look up to in person, giving them like the hand-to-hand like physical transaction, I found super helpful, and that's actually how I got a lot of stuff signed at first. So going out and obviously not partying too hard and being there in a professional manner, I think was a key thing.
Un consejo para la gente que quiere comenzar con la música electrónica hoy en día, creo que es hacer música con un poco de originalidad, intentar de dar algo nuevo, un toque especial en lo que hacen, trabajar duro, hacer mucha música. Muchas veces uno no espera el resultado de algunas cosas o no tiene la expectativa y realmente terminan funcionando muy bien. Y muchas veces en otros lanzamientos uno tiene muchísima expectativa y al final no funcionan como uno cree. Así que yo creo que lo principal es intentar de ser un poco original y ser paciente, porque todo llega.
I think it's really important to see what you want first. You know, go into something that you're truly going to be happy with. So like, for me, it was picking guys that I truly have an inspiration for. Like, you know, guys like Ben Sims and Mark Broom really helped me out in the beginning process. So like, for instance, I started releasing on Mark Broom stuff, and that got me to Ben Sims because they're close and the promo report was there. I think when you're shopping, it's really important to see who's playing your music, how to reach out to them. I think in this day and age with social media being like such a big factor in everyone's life, it's a lot easier to reach out to artists. So for me, I remember, like, for instance, Eats Everything. I remember he was playing a few of my tracks, and I messaged him. I was like, "Yo, thanks for the support," and that's what stemmed, you know, the relationship. But it's important to just know what you want, essentially, at first. So I think know what you want, and then seeing who's playing your music and making sure the quality is there is important.
Essentially, my tip for young artists is to be yourself and be unique, and not be afraid to be yourself or be unique, because really there's only one of you, and that's what's going to set you apart from everyone else. That's what listeners will pick up on.